From the Albuquerque Journal, this is the leading news. I'm Gino Gutierrez. It's Monday, December 15th. Here's what we're covering on today's episode. Duke Rodriguez, a cannabis entrepreneur and healthcare executive, has officially entered the race for New Mexico governor. A former cabinet secretary under Governor Gary Johnson, Rodriguez announced his candidacy through a paid letter published in the Sunday Journal. He says he prefers to focus on work rather than holding a traditional campaign launch event. Rodriguez brings experience from leading the state Human Services Department and now serves as president and CEO of Ultra Health, a cannabis company. He says that background gives him a deep knowledge of Medicaid and other healthcare systems. His early campaign message centers on guaranteeing healthcare access for New Mexicans and expanding nutrition assistance to those most in need. He argues that New Mexico's challenges stem from poor management rather than a lack of resources. That's a stance he acknowledges that may be unpopular with career politicians. Rodriguez joins a growing field in the 2026 race. Republicans already running include State Senator Steve Lanier and Rio Rancho Mayor Greg Hall, while Democratic contenders include District Attorney Sam Bregman, former Interior Secretary Deb Haaland, and former Las Cruces Mayor Ken Miyagishima. A lawsuit filed by Albuquerque Public Schools is alleging that former Volcano Vista High School Activities Director George Woods secretly siphoned student activity fees into an unauthorized slush fund, falsely claiming that the money came from a generous benefactor named Charlie. According to the lawsuit, Charlie did not exist. The name reportedly belonged to Woods' daughter's dog. APS says Woods used up to $14,600 from student fees to pay for items like powder puff game shirts, reimbursed staff purchases, and even covered drinks for staff after school events. This all occurred while Woods was telling others that the expenses were paid by a mysterious donor. The funds allegedly included money paid by students and families for leadership workshops. An internal audit triggered by a whistleblower complaint found that Woods bypassed district procurement rules and converted funds for improper use. Woods resigned in April after the audit began and did not respond to requests for comment. APS chose to handle the matter administratively rather than pursue criminal charges and is now seeking repayment, legal fees, and punitive damages. The case adds to a history of misuse of student funds within the district and follows a separate federal ruling earlier this year that found Woods and APS likely violated a student's constitutional rights in an unrelated disciplinary case. Emails obtained by the Journal show that just weeks before 21-year-old inmate Thomas Ace died of a methadone overdose at the Bernalillo County Metropolitan Detention Center, jail officials halted required mouth checks during drug distributions, a safeguard meant to prevent inmates from diverting medication. On July 8th, MDC medical staff were told the warden wanted mouth checks stopped to save time and expand access to detox medications like methadone and Suboxone. 15 days later, within hours of Ace's death, officials abruptly reverse course, citing confusion that resulted in no one performing the checks at all and warning of, quote, patient safety concerns. A sheriff's investigation found another inmate secretly passed Ace methadone that had been prescribed to him. Ace, a murder suspect and son of an FBI agent, was found unconscious outside his cell early on July 23rd and was later ruled to have died accidentally from an overdose. Surveillance footage confirmed the drug transfer. Ace's family has hired an attorney for a potential wrongful death lawsuit, criticizing the timing of the policy change and failure to protect Ace while under monitoring. MDC and UNM Hospital, which provides jail health care, declined detailed comment due to pending litigation. Ace's death is one of 7 at the MDC this year and part of a longer pattern of inmate deaths tied largely to detox and drug-related causes. And with New Mexico facing a dry winter and elevated wildfire risk, U.S. Senators Martin Heinrich and Ben Ray Lujan are urging Congress to include emergency funding for wildfire recovery and hazardous fuel removal on federally owned public lands. In a letter to Senate appropriation leaders, the senators stressed that repairing damage to national parks, forests, and Bureau of Land Management lands is crucial for public safety and local economies. Because FEMA disaster funds do not cover federal lands, agencies like the U.S. Forest Service must pay for cleanup and restoration themselves. The requested funding would support work such as removing hazard trees, repairing roads, bridges, and trails, and replacing damaged structures. The senators pointed to significant fires this year in western states, including New Mexico's Gila National Forest, where multiple lightning-caused fires burned tens of thousands of acres. Lujan and Heinrich joined other Democratic senators in pressing the Forest Service to explain how prepared it is to reduce wildfire risks. A nonprofit report report found hazardous fuel treatments in New Mexico lagged behind in recent years, though the Forest Service disputed that assessment, saying it exceeded national targets, limited acres burned, and completed extensive restoration and reforestation work. The leading news is powered by the journalism of the Albuquerque Journal. If you enjoy hearing all of the stories we share with you here daily, please consider becoming a digital subscriber to the Journal by utilizing the discount code in our show notes. Every subscription helps support local journalism and allows us to provide you with the news that matters to you. Now taking a look at Albuquerque's weather forecast. Today you can expect sunny skies with a high near 60, and as for this evening, mostly clear with a low around 30. To keep up with all the latest news from the Albuquerque Journal, you can visit our website at abqjournal.com. That's the leading news. I'm Gino Gutierrez. We'll be back tomorrow.